Yo guys, what's going on? It's Decropped here again, and today we are going to be going over my top 5 defensive abilities. Now the first ability that I do want to go over is going to be the ability called Jammer and Blanket Coverage. They're going to be in my number 4 and 5 ability, and the good thing about this too is that one player does have both of them at Platinum, which is going to be this Morrison guy, my outside corner. And this ability is essentially, it's almost like bench press in some type of ways, and where it's just so hard in man coverage for this guy to ever get off of the line of scrimmage. If you guys look right here, what's going to happen, you guys can see that Jammer ability, and he, actually a perfect clip from the CPU right there. He just completely cages him. It's so hard for him to get beat over the top. It's so hard for any route to get open. And for example, the route I did put on the field is one of the best man beating routes in the game in a speed out. Typically, if you don't have a man ability on defense, the speed route is going to consistently get open. But you guys can see that this Jammer ability is essentially just going to super cage him like this. You guys can see there's never really even a point where he can't even think about throwing him. Maybe he has like a window if it's like a little bit better of a pass lead. Like if you have like a perfect pass, like maybe you can throw this. But even then, like that's more than likely going to be a pick, like 9 times out of 10 in my opinion. And this, in my opinion, is such a good ability because it erases one side or one player from every single play. You just don't even have to worry about this player getting open in any type of way. And this Notre Dame corner has both of these abilities, which makes him just that much better. In my opinion, I would probably have Jammer at number 5, and then I would have Blanket Coverage at number 4. I think Blanket Coverage is a little bit better in my opinion than Jammer, but Jammer does make this ability insane. You guys can see it again right here. Lights up, never really a window to throw it. Right there, he does end up catching it. I didn't click on right there. If I just have a simple click on, that's a pick 10 times out of 10. You guys can see though, there's really never a point where this can be thrown. If I just click on right now, for example, that's a pick. You guys can see he just doesn't take the best angle right there. By the time I click on, it's already right here where I kind of give him the half step where if I was a little bit better with my click-ons, I would be able to pick that. Let's see if the CPU actually throws this route again. If he does, I should be able to pick it here and get you guys the clip. Right here, as you guys can see, I click on better that time. I essentially just undercut it, and it is a simple, easy pick. Show you guys the instant replay of it here too before we get into the next ability that I do really like. You guys can see, never really a window for him to be able to throw it. As you guys can see, I click on way earlier this time. Click on, cut underneath, I'm able to have a simple interception. So that is my number 5 and number 4 ability in one part. Let's get into my number 2 and 3 abilities, which will also be in one part as well. Alright, so for my number 3... So for my number 3 ability and 2 ability, we are going to be going over Inside Disruptor. Now the CPU actually did snap the ball a little bit faster than I would have liked there, so we'll go ahead and show you guys another clip. Essentially, Inside Disruptor, if you guys have ever played Madden before, it's a lot like Inside stuff in my opinion, and the reason why I have this ability so high is because I think the runner is really good in this game. Now, I also think there's an ability called Outside Disruptor, which is also good in my opinion, but I like Inside Disruptor a little bit more. But if you can get either one of those abilities on your team, it is a very, very good ability. So right here, what you guys will see is that Inside Disruptor, it's really just any type of inside type of run. He's going to get a lot better sheds. Now right there, he didn't get like a super shed animation, but you guys should have noticed that he did light up. The reason why I also like Inside Disruptor a lot more than Outside Disruptor is because with your user, if you have Outside Disruptor, it makes it a lot harder to be able to stop runs with your user. Inside Disruptor, in my opinion, it makes the user on offense where they're running, it kind of forces them to go into one specific area where if I was to have example like an Outside Disruptor, it makes it a lot more difficult to be able to play the run with my user. See if we can get a better clip of it for you guys right here. I don't know why my D-tack was lining up like this. Right there, as you guys can see, that's why I actually really like it. Now notice how he didn't make a play on that, but notice how he essentially just made it so the CPU couldn't run up directly through the middle. I have no idea why he's lining up like this, by the way. But notice how right here that the CPU really has no option to run up the middle. It really limits the CPU to run one way more often than not, in my opinion, where you will be able with your user just to be able to play that. Show it to you guys here a couple more times. He's actually lined up correctly here too. Don't know what happened the couple plays before. But you guys can see Inside Disruptor. See, essentially just blow right there. He actually almost just makes the play himself too, and that's something that can happen too with this ability, is that sometimes he will just make the play all by himself. Show you guys another clip right here. As you guys can see, he's really just taking the center completely out of the play. He actually takes a fullback out of the play too, and if I'm able just to get like a little bit of a suction tackle animation, very easy to be able to make a play on this. Gives you guys one more clip here too. This also, the defense I'm in right now actually isn't the greatest run defense. It was just a random play that I did end up picking. So if the CPU is able to get a couple of yards, that is why. You guys can see inside disruptor, again, really just getting a great push into the backfield every single time. When we went over my top 5 offensive abilities, you guys saw how crazy the running abilities are. I want to make sure that you guys also know a great way to counter it. Show you guys it here one more time. There we go. That's actually that's a great clip to end on. That's something that can also just happen too. Very simple for a run like that to just be completely blown up from this ability. Now with that being said too, we are actually going to get into my number 2 defensive ability. It is going to be the Duress ability. Now getting into this, it's a little bit difficult to be able to show this to you guys because the CPU likes to throw the ball super fast more often than not in practice mode. But essentially what Duress is going to do, it's just under pressure for any of you guys that have played Madden the past couple of years. If you guys see, it does look a little bit different now. It does look like, let me go, D-line. It's going to be, oh no, actually I lied. It's the exact same. So you guys can see it right here. He has it at a gold level, and Duress is essentially just going to make inaccurates a lot more frequent from quarterbacks. I think inaccurates happen really frequently in this game, so this ability is just going to make it happen that much more. This ability is a great way, essentially just to get any type of fluke stop, in my opinion. If you have this guy get into the backfield in any type of way on any form of pass, the quarterback's just going to miss a lot of his throws. Right there, as you guys can see, it's a little bit hard for me to get a clip of this, of showing the inaccurates. The CPU more often than not is just going to get the ball off before he is under pressure, and then if I was to use the offense, it's just kind of hard to time it perfectly. But in online to head-to-head, I have seen this ability work a ton. Right there, you see him actually get into the backfield just because it's a little bit of a shorter pass. He was able to complete it. It's really once you start trying to throw the ball, like I would say, like over 10 yards, where you really start to notice, in my opinion, the inaccurates happen very frequently. Anything under 10 yards, you don't really see a ton of inaccurates. Right there, I don't know if that was an inaccurate or not, but that's another thing that can also happen. That's probably going to be the only clip I get to show you guys. So as you guys can see, he's able to get under the quarterback under pressure. I would assume that he's in range right now, and essentially it is a worse throw from the quarterback. I would actually think that this is under pressure. Typically, if they throw the ball at the feet of the receiver in this game, they won't actually catch this more often than not. I know that like this looks like just like a low point pass, and they should just be able to make a simple catch, but more often than not, this is something that's going to happen very frequently. But with that being said, let's get into my number 1 defensive ability in all of college football at 25. Real quick, boys, if you guys are a Madden player that wants to have more fun on the game and win more, if you guys want to score touchdowns like this and bag even the most annoying of offenses, make sure to check out civil.gg. We have over 1,000 active members, and you guys can use the exact schemes I use to dominate in Madden. We recently did a survey that said 99.2% of our members improved their Madden skills. If you guys sign up today, make sure you use code DCROFT for 30% off. The link is in the top of the description, and you will get instant access to win you more Madden games. Alright, so for my number 1 ability in all of college football 25, it is going to be this Quickstep ability. Now, there isn't really a Madden comparison for this ability in terms of what I've seen before, but really what Quickstep is it just allows your defensive line to have a crazy jump off the line of scrimmage. It's great for wide, in my opinion. This is a defense that we've seen a lot in Madden over the past couple of years. And what you guys will see is that this ability just jumps off the line of scrimmage. Right there you see I actually have multiple people come in free, and I have a bunch of these players lighting up here too. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pause, and I'm going to show you guys a quick little clip of it here in terms of what does end up happening. So what you guys will see right here is when we pause immediately off of the play, if you guys weren't able to catch it, let's see, when do I snap it? Right here. You guys can immediately see that all 4 of my players light up on this play. This is going to make any form of blitz with these players so much better. I've seen this be a great ability in any type of defense, by the way. It's not just wide. If you're running like a 4D line set, it's just going to get an immediate faster get off from any of your players. And this ability is really insane. It's probably one of the best defensive line abilities I've seen since Madden 20. A lot of the abilities in this year's College Football 25 are very overpowered. If we run it a little bit further here too, we actually notice if you look at the right side of my screen right now, the right tackle doesn't even have enough time to be able to kick out and to be able to block this guy right here. If the quarterback wasn't to snap throw the ball because he wasn't under pressure, we would have an instant sack basically every single time. So again, I'll try to show it to you guys one more time. What I'm going to do right here is I'm actually just going to play hard flat to try to negate the CPU from throwing something quickly here. We have hard flat here. Okay, we have some hard flats on the field now. See if we're able to get another clip of it here for you guys. And then right there, well, the quarterback instantly scrambles, but we'll try to get it here. Let's try to get one more clip for you guys with this. For whatever reason, you guys can see that the CPU quarterback is under pressure, so you can't really blame him from instantly rolling out here. Right here again, you guys can see just the immediate type of pressure that we get in the backfield. I'll show you guys another clip of it here. Go ahead and clip this and then go pause right here. And one thing to mention too, actually I'll show you guys this before we show you the clip. It doesn't matter how you shift your D-line or anything like that. I just prefer it that way. You guys can see right there, it comes in super easily like that as well. This ability is just insane for any type of pressure that you want in this game. Best D-line ability by far. Let's show you guys the clip here too. So recent gameplay, last 30 seconds. But Texas is the best team to run with this too. I think they have 5 players at gold or higher quick jump, and gold or higher the best in my opinion. Once you get like silver or lower, as we've talked about, just not as good. Right here, as you guys again can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 players all have quick jump off of the line of scrimmage. His right tackle isn't even able to get out there quickly enough. You guys can see the other sheds that we have on the play. The right guard is already being shedded, by the way. You guys can see that the D tackle is also shedding on this play. And then if you guys look actually at the left tackle too, he's also getting a shed. So even if the blitz does get picked up, you guys can just see the type of pressure. By the time the quarterback is throwing a flat route, by the way, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the backfield on this play. Texas is so good to use with this because they have 5 of them, as I said. Essentially, you are hoping that one player every single time can shed, and if one of the person doesn't shed instantly, you honestly kind of got a little bit unlucky. But in my opinion, that is the top 5 defensive abilities in the game. I hope these videos of the best abilities in the game help you guys win more games, and I will see you guys all next time.